Okay, this is where you'd see some of the graphical 3D models is during free movement, and of course the combat phases later on in the game. But anytime you explore a 3D environment, you are on a time limit, although you can't really tell right off the bat. But pretty much you can explore many places. Like right here we have Cafe Samba, and you translate from 3D into 2D pictures like all the game previous thus far. There's bullets flying over my head! She's like, what? Oh, don't worry about the guns. Oh, be a knight. Be chivalrous. That is the proper response.
Really?
I shall guard over your beds.
Really? Well, you know, they said teddy bears have been protecting us since how long? From monsters underneath the beds?
I slept with a teddy bear.
I actually didn't sleep with a teddy bear per se. It was really more like a little stuffed doggy.
Stuffed doggy?
But it was pretty much the same as a teddy bear.
Yep, I still have that teddy bear, although my youngest son now has it. But that's okay. It's the type of teddy bear you pass from one generation to the next.
And our oldest son wants the doggy.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta find it.
I don't know about you, but no libraries near me look like that.
Yeah, but we've never been to New York, remember?
That's true. This is one of your first few chances to get in good with Henri. You need to... Yep, you need to not call out to her too loud and not call out to her too soft. It's kind of like you want to be like 25%. And if you do it right... Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't do it. Dang it. Well, if you do it right, you actually get the book for her and not Jiminy. It looks like Jiminy's going to get the book for her. Okay, well I didn't get the bonus relationship points with Henri, but if you call out to her just loud enough, but not loud enough to embarrass her in front of everybody in the library, you'll get some good bonus points with her. And you'll unlock a few scenes later in the game that wouldn't have been done otherwise.
That's so neat about her saying we're so much more thoughtful than Shin.
Yeah, Shin pointed that out. I have a sneaking suspicion that Henri is either lesbian or bi.
That is so wrong.
Well, how about this? How about we go about observing Henri through the game, and you tell me if I'm wrong.
Well, you don't just make assumptions just because somebody doesn't like guys. That's just mean.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, okay.
We'll see based on her responses between you and Cherry. Oh gosh. That could be totally... You could totally take it wrong and say I'd feel weird, but it's actually a pun. She wasn't trying to come on to you. Oh gosh, those are terrible. Well, she didn't quite offer you into her apartment yet, so you haven't made it to the next base. But technically speaking, Gemini already starts off in the lead in terms of relationship values, so anybody else you have to kind of work up.
Look, now she's mad.
She's gonna get lost in her sky saddle again! There's not much to say about these explanations, but... Yeah, but pretty much at the edges of these 3D modeled areas, you can pretty much see exit signs. Like, here's another one we could go to, Maggie's Grocery, but those are all the hotspots in this particular area of the village. So you have multiple areas you can choose from to explore in the city, but right now only 3 are open. Village Theater, and of course the one we're going to right now that just opened up, Midtown. And each section has about 4 to 5 hotspots where you can talk to people or explore or things like that. One thing you will find out that Ratchet is frequenting the Midtown quite often, and for a particular store too. That will become apparent over the course of the game why she frequents Midtown so much. Well, apparently in this version of New York, in 1928 New York, monsters apparently roam the streets and nobody even bats an eye. It's just standard everyday occurrence. Ah yes, this guy. Seems like he's a throwaway character, but he actually becomes kind of important later in one of Cherry's side quests. Now, you could actually have this thing time out, and that also could be a valid option. And that's actually kind of funny to do, too. So, you could either be their biggest fan or just not say anything.
Oh my gosh!
She got fooled! I was just gonna ignore him. See? Ignoring them was also a valid option. That was something that Jiminy would have done, and so she would have agreed with you. Let's go to the Central Park. Because you can do some interesting things here with Jiminy.
No, there is a Central Park in New York, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I want to see it.
We can go there one day.
And even a...
Yes, that comes into later in a date. Ooh, spoiler.
No more spoilers.
Let's take a quick break here. Now this is, I think, pointer lips or whatever. You can like grab touch things or whatever on the other person's body or look at them. Uh-oh. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Pillsbury, don't boy!
Let's poke her! Let's poke her! Why not? See the little button? We're gonna poke her belly. We're gonna poke it. I can't resist! We're gonna poke that belly! Now wait for it. You don't want to do it too rough, because then it hurts. And you don't want to do it too soft, because then it becomes weird. So you want to do it just right at the 75% mark. And it's perfect. And you're like, what just happened? You don't even know what you did.
Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry.
On a belly button?
I'm sorry. Acupuncture's with needles, not with fingers. So, let's talk to her for a little bit, since we're here, taking a break.
Yeah, really.
She's such a goofy girl. You can look at some of her clothes, and I believe she'll give you a choice here to respond to, and that depending on your response you can get some more bonus points with her. She stole from the prop department! Oh wait, never mind. Of course she'd say that! Gosh, Cherry. I think the answer here is pretty obvious which one you should take.
Big city fashion. Neither do I, Jiminy.
I'm not sure if that's big city fashion. That's more like Texas fashion.
Stop it.
What?
Be nice.
I'm always nice.
We like Texas.
Well, I know. Texas is one of the favorites, best states I've lived in. We're not there right now, but
That's okay.
if we had a chance, we'll go back there. We got friends there. Uh-oh. Ooh.
You got it, I think?
Yep. You gotta take her up on her offer. Putting a rival in love gives her kind of a weird feeling, and she's like, what? Yeah, you can either leave early on these types of lips interactions, or you can keep selecting things on the girl's body until
Gold Plaza Hotel.
Yep.
There's a phrase.
Yep, you can select things on the girls' bodies until they tell you themselves that it's time to go. And that's actually the thing you should do, is keep checking things out until they tell you it's time to go. Woo, off she goes.
Wow.
And she's off. Oh, hey, what's up, Cherry? And we will figure out who she was actually meeting a little bit later in the game, but there is one person from the theater who does live here. Now, if you choose It's Too Early to Tell, she will take it the wrong way, which is exactly what it was intended. But in actuality, it's also another valid choice you can do. She will actually applaud you for being so bold. Amazingly enough.
Wow.
So you have two good positive choices in that
I
choice.
think when you were dating me, you should have met with Cherry and seen what she says to you for trying to date me.
Oh gosh, Jiminy. Look at this crazy face! Look! Squirrel!
Really?
She's had enough being distracted. It's time to go.
I think she's ADHD. If she's having fun running around a marble floor.
Yeah.
I would do that.
Oh wow, look at that. Kind of fancy. Well, let's see here. I mean, you can go right back now, but since you have a few extra minutes, you know, you can choose to explore a little bit more of Midtown, Theater, and other places, which is what I would recommend all of you do. And here's Fifth Avenue. Jim and I will have a long-standing relationship with this place.
I wonder if there's a Fifth Avenue in real New York that would actually do that.
Do what?
Have a Fifth Avenue with real boutiques and
I think-
expensive places.
I think Fifth Avenue is actually a brand store, and I think it exists. I just haven't seen it in any of the towns I've been to. It's probably one of the higher end those stores, and so you probably wouldn't find it in, well, in many of the towns we've been to. But let's head back to the theater and let's build up some of our relationship values with Cherry and Henri. Just because. I think my goal here in this game is to try and show players as much of the game as possible, and that includes all the unlockable movies, cutscene graphics, and other things. So I'm gonna see if I can like unlock everything in one pass. We'll see.
Cute little eyes. They're simply adorable. Really?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Careful. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger!
Oh, she's just...
Oh, well, we're gonna steer clear from that. She'll actually be more like your typical man if you choose the boobs. So choose her eyes or her, what is it? I think her lips?
Something like that.
No. I want to say it's her eyes and her lips. If you choose that, she'll actually be very impressed. And you'll get bonus points.
That's like on the dating application my dad gave me when I was younger. And it said, what do you think is the most attractive part about my daughter? And then in parentheses it says, if it starts with T or A, shred this and get up and leave. Right now.
No. Yeah, Henry being rude again. We haven't told you to do anything. Now, pretty much you have several choices here. And the only one that really gets her is calling her boss. You'll actually get double. See, oh, see, it's a new tone there. That means you've really made them happy. So it's not just the normal positive tone that you hear, it's actually super positive tone, I guess. I don't even know what to call it, but you've just earned some good bonus points with Henri just now.
Nice.
Aww. And Jiminy's like, yeah, whatever.
You are so going down, chick. And I meant to Henri, not Jiminy. I like Jiminy. If I could, I'd have red hair like her.
Uh-oh. I think we're late. But that's okay. We need to explore some extra sections. As you select each hotspot on the free movement sections, 5 minutes pass in actual time in the clock in the upper left, and you only get so much time. Yeah, see, she's telling us that we're late. You only get so much time to explore. So, you will never be able to explore all locations. There's only just enough time to explore 80 to 85% of the locations, and the rest you're gonna have to miss out on, so that's what replay value is for. But my goal is to show you all the locations you should visit, so you can view extra cutscenes and unlock them for the end of the game.
Nice.
Yes, speaking of which, we haven't really met any yet, other than Ratchet.
Here, Lieutenant.
Ah yes, Mrs. Retro Challenge Gamer's favorite.
Subaru
Yeah.
saw the new guy. He's Japanese, is he not? Oh, good timing. Let me introduce you to our other Japanese member. I'm Subaru Kujo of the Star Division.
Of the Star Division.
Kujo-san! He's given her much respect already,
Call me Subaru.
but she just like tosses it aside. Is that the first thing that comes to mind?
As far as I'm concerned,
And this is how she chooses to introduce herself.
Subaru is
Himself.
simply Subaru.
Itself.
Nothing more, nothing less.
What an odd way of starting conversation. What do you think? And you could totally just say, are you a guy or girl? I don't care what you just said. If you really want to piss her off, you choose that option. But the best option is actually not saying a thing. Sometimes that can be a valid and good option to do.
So, what do you want from me? That is a perfectly rational reaction.
See, you've already intrigued her. Him. It. I don't know.
Lieutenant
Will we ever find out?
Imperial assault
keep watching. We'll maybe we will.
Subaru is certain there is no way you can replace him.
We'll find out about that particular story point later.
The elevator leaves without us.
That's a nice elevator. My goodness.
Huh? I thought Karen was in the dressing room.
Oh yes, Karen.
Wait here while I go look for her. She must be around here somewhere.
She starts off as such an disagreeable woman.
Well, you gotta have your pros and cons. Now stop telling everybody.
I hope she's nice. Oh, how little you know, Shinjiro.
Oh, it's you.
Oh snap, who's this?
Yo, kid. What are you doing? Visitors aren't allowed in here. It just so happens I am. Who's asking? I know all you kids want to get a glimpse of the famous dancer, but rules are rules, kid. Get back to the auditorium, or we'll have to...
Whoa, you coming on to me? So basically, you just play up to her expectations here. Ask for her autograph, and she'll be like, sure, why not? Since you were so bold to come in here to see me, she'll, to the weird gutsy kid, she'll give you props for that before she finds out who you actually are.
There, you got your word, so now you got no excuse. Get back to your seat, Peter.
Wow.
He isn't a fan, Karen. He's our new employee, Shinjiro Taiga.
Oh, wow.
This little one's working for the theater?
Wow, right. Wow.
She just insulted us. How dare you? She's making friends left and right.
Fine, Mom. He knows he'll get busted for
Putting a minor on the payroll.
Come on, kid. I got a few words for that sweatshop.
Wow, she's just going.
Hiya!
I'm a lawyer, you know. I won't stand by and let him disrespect the law like this.
She is just
Let's go.
totally,
I might just have you arrested and deported.
totally just bound by the law at this point. She does loosen up.
Hey, you're.
Okay, fine. No
you need to
spoilers.
Stop.
No spoilers. Sorry.
Subaru
But yeah, she's very disagreeable at first.
Wow.
Gee, thanks for not helping, Subaru.
Hey, Sunnyside, you cretin. Just what do you think you're doing here?
Why, hello there, Karen.
Oh, that's awesome.
Laws against putting
13-year-olds?
Oh, wow. You know the truth. Sunnyside knows the truth. But since his relationship with you doesn't really matter, there's no relationship points there behind the scenes, you want to play up to Karen here. That's who you want to play up to. So,
my employer brazenly commits felony.
she's going a little overboard here.
We're in deep doo-doo here, kid.
So he's basically telling you to tell her she's wrong. But if you want to get in good with her, you go agree with her. He must be an awful boss. Oh, you're a scum bucket, Sunnyside. Oh, see, look at that. She just loves you for that. She's like, yeah, that's right.
Give it up, Sunnyside. You're not getting away with
Oh,
it.
his response is hilarious. You tell him, Shin.
Karen.
Why the devil is taking her side? You know she's wrong.
Oh, gosh.
Mr. Taiga, you are here to help direct our moral compass. That's why I
Not
sent for you.
let it go off the deep end.
Remind me again. Who recommended we take you on?
What the? Commander Ogami? So, that means...
Exactly. He's not some underage staffer.
Wow.
He's the newest member of the new
Look at her guys. That's too funny.
she's like totally shocked.
You got
This twig. First she says I'm a 13-year-old, and then she says I'm a twig.
Can I sue her for emotional distress? She's creating a hostile working environment.
The way I understood it, Commander Ogami himself was coming. This is a clear breach of contract. So why don't we pack this one up, send him back, and get the
Wow, that's kind
over
of
here, huh?
insensitive of you.
Chop chop, get it done. I'm out of here.
And there she goes. So
Oh my gosh, absolute zero.
That's probably true.
Wow.
well, we requested that the Imperial Assault Force send their best warrior. Is that you?
Well, it would have to
Since
be.
our
You wouldn't send me
organization
otherwise,
is
right?
so we need a
Right?
really strong leader, you know?
Aw, poor Shiny.
If you're asking for the truth, yeah.
Oof, truth hurts. The brutality.
Hey, what's wrong? Why the long face? We've been looking all over for you.
There are no
Is
mistakes.
that so? What can I say? We were expecting the commander. You're just gonna have to accept that.
So your best response is to accept it. I mean, you can question what's wrong with him, and she'll tell you flat out. I mean, that is honestly the best response in this situation.
I know how you must feel. But passion is not the only requirement. The Star Division is a top-class team. Listen, Lieutenant. This is America. We are nothing if not practical. If you really want to be part of the team, just prove that you can be useful. Yep. Passion is great and all, but it's useless without results. In America, everyone has a shot at making it big, but they have to earn it. So find a way to make your mark. And if you can't, we'll just have to call up the commander.
Wow. Confidence.
Anyway, there's no time to teach you the ABCs of America. If I don't hurry. Sorry, but I have to get going. Gotta get ready for the next performance.
Something was
You
on
should
her
come
mind
watch
there,
us
but she's
and
not
figure
willing
out
to
how you
divulge
might
it
be
just
able to
yet.
fit in.
So, at the very least, we're gonna go see a nice performance before we get deported home. Game's over, folks. You couldn't make it in New York.
Yeah, goodbye. Oh, look. The lips just lit up.
Kind of freaky.
I would say so.
You will be afterwards. Oh, good gosh, that's such a crazy loud sound. I don't remember any musical theaters having such an annoying sound right before a show starts. So, Shin here is completely entranced with the power of song and dance on the stage. And if you couldn't tell, that is Subaru and Karen duking it out on the stage. Playing Min, I believe. In fact, in old times, it was reversed, where Min would be playing both male and female parts. And here, it's like the females play both parts. And wow, this is such a depressing show. It's a tragedy.
Like Romeo and Juliet.
Except it's not.
Or Hamlet. Or Queen Cleopatra.
Look, his little claps. Little claps. Shinjiro can't get those huge
Amazing.
huge
This is the
clapping.
power of a New York musical.
The one time I took Mrs. Retro Challenge Gamer out to the theater, it had been her first time, and it was Phantom of the Opera.
I remember that.
Yep, she...
And that chandelier did scare me.
Oh yeah, the chandelier when it fell down from above. She was not expecting it. I was. I had seen Phantom of the Opera like 5 times previously on stage, and I was not about to ruin that for her. So when it fell down from above, she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm like, "It's all part of the show, honey. It's okay." But she really loved it. It was her first time to see any sort of show on stage like that, and it was just a great experience for her. Wasn't it? You tell me. None of these responses are good. And if you really want the worst response, it's the performance moved me. The best response, which doesn't get you any points, either negative or positive, is just leaving her alone. Let her do her business. But either way, we're still going to chase her down and try and prove our worth. Because by golly, we're just as good as any of them. Ooh, fancy. Look at that. I want one of those outfits.
Lieutenant Taiga, I can't let you into the conference room. Your orders are to clean up the theater.
Aww. That's a terrible order.
Cleanliness is of the
Do
highest
you
importance.
realize how big that theater
You have
is?
your orders, Lieutenant.
It's like a mansion. So Shinjiro's gonna mope a bit. But the goal of this chapter is to get him back on his feet and to make sure he is fighting alongside the Star Division before he gets deported. That's the whole goal of chapter 1. So we can save and we will continue this chapter in the next video.
Yay!
So see you later.
Bye!